Sweet. So I have Virginia versus Atkins, which is basically a case that has to do with the Eighth Amendment, whether you're allowed to kill a mentally retarded person or not. And that's what this case challenged. So this case was really important because it gave a better understanding of what the Eighth Amendment prohibits and like who it applies to and what it can stand for, and how each state can be different, whether they decide to apply the Eighth Amendment or not. John Stevens ruled that it was illegal to kill a mentally retarded person, but each state could define what a mentally retarded person is. So most states said that if you have like a certain IQ that is at that standard or not, which I think is like 56, it's 59, then you're mentally retarded. This is Daryl Atkins. He had been charged for robbery multiple times. He never went to college, and he was constantly in the principal's office and getting suspended. The initial ruling in the state was that even with a low IQ, he was not retarded. He was just had a lower IQ because he didn't go to school. He got arrested for killing a U.S. Air Force. He killed him and then tried to rob him with another person. The appeal was accepted because they had many other cases like Penry versus Lanu, which didn't give a clear understanding of what they're allowed. Atkins, the problem with him was that he lied a lot when he was talking to the lawyers, and so his accomplice was able to get a plea bargain out of him, and so his partner didn't really have to go to a court. He just got straight to prison. But they tried charging Atkins with the death penalty. In 1996, Atkins and Jones, which was his accomplice, kidnapped Eric Nesbitt, who was an Air Force pilot, and they made him go to an ATM and steal all of his money and take it out. I think it was only like $200 though. And they did everything in front of one of the ATM cameras, so like they got caught really fast. And initially, they were both charged with capital murder, but Jones was able to get out of it with a plea bargain. The dissenters were Justice William Rehnquist, Antonian Scalia, and Clarence Thomas. And I think this case was really, it wasn't as controversial as Dallas's one because it was a 6-3 win. This case affected 18 states, which barred the execution of the mentally retarded, and it also affected over 300 cases in the United States at the time. The ruling was they had a doctor, a psychiatrist, come in, and he got an IQ of 59, and they said that it was cruel and unusual to kill a mentally retarded person, and that when they interpret the Eighth Amendment, it needs to be done with like as we evolve over time. And kind of like how humans evolve, I guess. And the court cases was Penry versus Lanu, Coker versus Georgia, and Edmund versus Florida. And Penry versus Lanu, they actually killed somebody who was mentally retarded, but it didn't really matter to them. The 300 cases that were affected, a lot of those people were on death row, but they got commuted to go to life in prison. And then it showed the new definitions of what decency is. I just put my opinion on there because I kind of need more slides. But my opinion was that like I don't believe that the death penalty is allowed. I don't think it should be done because I think it's cruel to like kill anybody, and it's unusual to go see like somebody going out and killing someone. I think a really good question would be like, what defines a mentally retarded person? Because technically, like, a person may have a low IQ, but that doesn't mean they're stupid. They might just not be like as developed as somebody else, I guess. And someone who may, I guess, be considered mentally retarded is somebody who would be able to lack like daily functions, and need constant help, and may need to have like an aid or something like that. But in the end, Daryl Atkins